what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another show of the Birdhouse Sports Show. As always, this is Son.
This is Pops. We got a lot of news for y'all, a lot of good sports news, a lot of sad sports news, but we're going to give it to y'all straight, motivated, without any BS.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna definitely go ahead. We got a lot to talk about. You already know another powerhouse weekend for the NFL. Man, oh man, man, oh man. We got to go ahead and get right into it. You already know we got the Kansas City Chiefs playing the New York Giants this weekend.
Whew.
Um, this is
If
definitely
the
going to
Chiefs
be
lose,
yes. This is going to be a big game because I mean the biggest thing is the Chiefs are already 0-3 since last season. If you count the Super Bowl, they've lost 3 games in a row. Obviously, they're 0-2 to start the season. So was the Giants. The Giants did have a really impressive game last week against the Cowboys, but came up short in overtime. Right now, I'm gonna tell you, um, I think the dynasty is dead with the Chiefs, and the Eagles killed them, killed the dynasty, and I think now everyone got the recipe. There's too many injuries on the Chiefs right now. I think there's a lot they got to overcome. Mahomes, if you look at his statistics, they've relatively been low. He's been trying to run the ball. He's been trying to like do everything he can to score. Travis Kelsey's not coming up big. They don't really have Worthy on the field. Still has the shoulder issue. Um, I really, really think if the Giants can do what they did last week and really produce an offense, and Russell can get that ball the drive downfield, and they can create some turnovers on defense against the Chiefs, and it's very possible. I got the Giants pulling a nail biter, man, 27-24, and put the Chiefs in an 0-3. 0-3 start, which would be crazy. I mean, at this point, if that happens, I don't even got the Chiefs making the playoffs. It's a potential chance. This may be a fall season for them. What you got with this game? It's going to be a big game.
well, I'm glad it's happening because the Chiefs been whooping tail for a long time in the NFL. But
Right.
Mahomes looked the same to me. It's just the pieces around him not adding up no more. Mahomes can't get away with the slide and the penalties. He got to play straight football. You slide, you don't slide, you get popped. And that's the way we want it. That's the way we
Right.
want it. They potentially could go 0-3. If they go 0-3, it's over for them. But Mahomes looked the same. The team around him is not giving him the support. And he don't have the excuses to point fingers. He just got to ride with who he riding with. He got a Hall of Fame coach. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He got a Hall of Fame tight end, and they all healthy. The other
Right.
pieces are not. They bumping in and out. Boom. All right. Let me go to the Giants. The Giants have Wilson. I think if Wilson pulled this off, he keep Dart on the sideline. If he don't pull this off, they're gonna start running game plays for Dart, and that's gonna sit Wilson down. They gotta do what they did last week without the dumb stuff. Next time
Facts.
you want to throw a
Facts.
Hail Mary,
Right.
roll out to your left because it was open. See where you're going to throw the ball because you got a great arm and execute. Other than that, I see it as a great game, but I do have the Giants 31-24.
Woo! Okay. You got a 7-point spread right there. Okay. Hey, I'm loving it. I really hope they handle business, take care of everything, and get the job done, and go ahead and move those Chiefs to the sideline, man. It's
Yes.
it's time for other
Tired of
teams to
that.
dominate.
We tired of that team.
Right. It's facts.
Hey, the Super Bowl will mean the same for my team, whether the Chiefs are there or not. Oh, you didn't beat him. So what? Somebody else did. We could
Right.
just go get our ring.
Right. Facts. Facts. Well, you already know um, the next big game, of course, that we got to get into is yours truly Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds, baby. You already know.
Go,
We got to
go
go ahead
birds,
and
go birds.
go
I ain't gonna
Birds.
hate. Let them speak. Let them speak.
We got to go ahead and talk about those Rams playing the Eagles. As all
Woo.
every that's it's
Okay,
going to be
it's
a big
another one.
one. It's going to be a big one. And for those know, this was a huge game in the playoffs last season. Huge, man. If I'm not mistaken, it was a nasty, snowy day too, and that's when Saquon went off. That's when, if you remember, Saquon hitting the helmet like this and
Yes, yes,
sliding.
yes,
He
yes.
went crazy. So, um, and I'm really hoping that we pull things together. At the end of the day, man, I gotta salute Jalen Hurts. For what it's worth, the man wins games. That's what it is. He's fundamental, fundamental. He does not make mistakes. It is very rare for him to make a turnover, interception, fumble the ball. He executes and plays what was given to him by the defense. But I think one thing I did love about this week is that he did take accountability about how the offense looked overall, and that obviously he needs to probably drive up some plays, draw up some plays along with the coordinator to really make things happen because you have the weapons. I mean, you literally got, Brown and Smitty and all of them. They got all this energy. They haven't been burnt yet. They're fresh. You know what I mean? You got fresh receivers, especially when we're playing everybody and they're gunning for Saquon. Saquon already, within 2 games, got 146 yards. I think roughly 3.5 yards per carry. That's not kind of like him, right? And that's because everyone's gunning for the run. That's when you need to open up the pass so you can allow Saquon to do his thing. But honestly, I got this. I really think we're going to dominate. I got us winning 21 Eagles over the Rams. We're going to dominate and take care of business and be 3-0 and on our way to the Super
Well,
Bowl. Let's go.
well, I'm gonna give some love to my other side of the birdhouse and say he's more than a game manager. He's a Hall of Fame. If you're gonna call him a game manager, he's a Hall of Fame game manager. What
Right.
he do for the team, most people can't. You put another quarterback on the Eagles, it won't be the
Facts.
same. You got the
Facts.
perfect fit for that team. The man do what is necessary to get the W. That is the bottom line. What they try to do is spin what looks pretty, what looks regular, or what
Right.
looks like a game changer. He's a game changer. He beat the game changers. He
Facts.
beat both game changers. So in
Facts.
turn, stop calling him minimizing his talent. And that's just my small argument for him. And as far as the quarterback for the Rams, bro, whatever shot they giving him, boy, he looking good out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's another one that's gonna go to the Hall of Fame for other reasons. Longevity is one of them, but at the same time, his back looked like it ain't even bothering him. But
Yeah. Stafford.
the Eagles. Ooh, I almost had to take a time out. I said, but let me speak about the Eagles. We ain't talking about the Ravens yet.
Nah, you could join
They
us. You could
have
join
two
us.
cats. They can have two cats. I'm already in the birdhouse, baby. That's enough. We have two. They have two guys in that middle that'll shut it down. And once they get a hand on them, I don't think that needle gonna hold them up too much. But I wish them the best of luck. I wish all people could be safe so we can have a beautiful season. But I got the Eagles 28-23.
Okay. All right. All right. I could dig that. Okay. We're going to give us a 28-23, giving us a 5-point spread. I think we're going to easily cover that. But I think it's going to be a great game. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if things went the
It's
other
gonna be a
way.
tough one.
It's going to be a tough game. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Another great weekend of football. But of course, oh man, you already know. I'm pretty sure it is the game of the weekend. Man,
Game of
oh
the
man.
year.
Lions.
Woo, baby.
Oh
Yes,
man,
yes,
coming to
yes.
play them Ravens, man. This is going to be a big one. Honestly, I'm really hoping that this is going to be a defensive game. But man, I can't help it but say this is probably going to be like 55-42. Both of these
Nah,
offenses is crazy,
nah.
crazy good. Honestly, but not honestly, I think Lamar. This is Lamar's year. I really think just just to piggy on your Ravens, this is y'all year to take the victory, to take it all the way. I've been saying that about the Ravens. Like
I'm
Lamar is
excited.
cemented for the Hall of Fame if he just gets that Super Bowl. That's the one thing. I mean, he'll probably get in anyway just because of his talent, but the Super Bowl would really cement his legacy. And honestly, what better way than do it on primetime TV? If I'm not mistaken, ain't this a Monday night game? I think it's a Monday
Yes,
night
sir.
game. So
Yes,
come
sir.
on,
This is
man.
prime time.
Prime time. You got to show up and show out and do your thing and hold it down. And honestly, man, Derrick
And
Henry,
the only game on TV.
absolutely. Derrick Henry, look, week 2 was something, we could look.
It's all right.
It's all right. We'll look past
Decoy.
that. Exactly. Week 3, go ahead and dominate like you did in week 1. Go ahead and show them who the boss and just do that run and gun, man. Honestly, I got you guys winning. I think it's gonna be a high score game. I would say 42-35. We got the Ravens, but
I see
if your
that.
defense show up, if your boy Hamilton shows up, if your linebackers show up and show out, I think that would be the difference in winning this game. Who you got?
What? You know who I got. You know who I got. This is no bullshit. No BS. Excuse me.
Right, right,
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to speak about them first. They got
right.
the two-headed monster in the back. They got the slim cat throwing the football. They got number 14 on the inside, wherever they want him. Brown is a bad boy.
Yeah.
That boy number 0 is a bad boy. But hey, we punish bad boys. You understand? What we got to do as a defense is run that 34, run that nose guard, two
Yeah.
tack, two tackles in, which you bring up the linebackers outside, double linebackers on the inside, and
Right.
play a cover 2 and smash everything coming across the middle. One of the things they got to stay on is that look of pressure. If they pressure him and they get him out of their spin, because they are powerful offense, got to
Right.
pressure them, got to
Right.
send blitzes, got to mess up their nucleus, and
Right.
we could shine. As far as our special teams, we got to keep them deep, 10 and less, 10 and less. Let them go the whole field. No 30, no 35, no 45, no 50. We got to keep them 10 or less, and we operate. Our offense, I'm totally confident. 41 and better. 41 and better. You know, first game 40 wasn't enough. 41 was the second game we won. It was enough. We got to do 41 and better. So my
Right.
count for this game is 45. Shocking. Here we go. 45 to 27.
Ooh,
Let's go.
okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Flat
And
out.
he's
Hey,
a game changer. Lamar
facts.
is a game changer and
Facts.
a game manager. Because when he run, he managing what yards he want to make that game change.
I can see
There
that.
you go, boy.
I can see that.
There
I can
you
see that.
go,
I
boy.
can't even hate on that.
Yeah, ain't
Honestly.
no need. Ain't no need to be hating in the birdhouse now. Come
No,
on now, stay with me.
not at all. I mean, honestly, I really think y'all can pull it off,
I
and
believe
different
so
things like
too.
that. And with that spread too, I really think y'all can, just because they that
But
good.
I believe our defense is going to step up big time and go surprise. It was a hiccup. It was a hiccup. But Raekwon Smith going to do his thing. And when they set up the defense, Hamilton is going to do his thing. Sparks is going to do his thing. Alex
Right, right.
Jai Alex, number 23, gonna do his thing. And we just waiting, and
And
Wiggins
go
is
from
gonna
there.
do his thing. So that's the backfield, that's the secondary. So they're gonna crash everything and make sure everything don't get over them because we don't need to give up points. We don't
Right,
need to give up points. It ain't gotta be pretty. This could be an ugly one, but we
right.
still gonna
Absolutely,
score big.
absolutely.
Go
Absolutely.
Ravens.
And speaking of Ravens, Man, oh man, you already know when that game took place recently with the Ravens. There was, I think, when you guys were playing the Browns, the news had dropped about Shedeur. According to ESPN, Adam Schefter, Shedeur was nearly drafted by the Baltimore Ravens with the number 141 pick in the fifth round in the 2025 NFL Draft. When he found out that the Atlanta spot will require him to be behind pretty much Lamar Jackson,
Lamar.
uh, Sanders reportedly declined that path. The Ravens then pivoted and used that pick on Carson Vincent, an offensive lineman. And then, of course, as we all know, Shedeur went 3 picks later to Cleveland Browns and got selected by the Browns. And then prior to that, my Eagles it was funny. Shout out to the Birdhouse. Not only the Ravens is going to get him, but I think with the 144th pick or 143rd, I think it was 144th. The Eagles are going to pick him, but we traded the pick to the Browns for they to take Shedeur. So anyway, shout out to our teams because we know talent when we see it. Um,
And
why don't you start off? What's your thoughts on this?
hey, I just think it's what he's supposed to do. What number one quarterback want to come in and go behind the Hall of Fame quarterback? Whether
Right,
you can learn or not, I feel I'm a starter. God bless me enough to know that confidence, I am a starter. I'm
right,
going behind somebody I could replace. I can't replace Lamar. I don't wish no bad on Lamar. I can't even replace Jalen Hurts. I can't replace Mahomes. I can't replace Allen. Where am I going? Send me to the worst and I'll make them better. He just needs the opportunity. And that stuff in the Browns, boy, that's not nothing godly. That's not godly stuff. What they
right.
doing is demon stuff. And it's a shame. How you ready, not ready to play when you draft me? I'm a professional now. Now is not no time. He ain't ready yet. So why draft him? This ain't getting groceries, putting them on the shelves and say, uh, I got the due date that's about it'll spoil in 2 to 3 years. No, you play that man. Joe Flacco is in old man senior citizen lane. Dylan Gabriel, hey, flip the coin on that one. But Shador, he didn't showed you no matter how bad the Browns is treating him, he still shine. Even though when they tried to sabotage him with cats, they wasn't even gonna keep him. And I'm making it funny, but these was 12 round cats. They don't even have 12th round. Soon as they finished that game, they got rid of them. You know what I mean? They had Kenny Pickett take up a lot of snaps. They got rid of him. They got rid of Huntley. It didn't make sense what they was doing to Shador, but God got him first. His spirit is with God, and God gonna show the NFL you can't keep my child down. All
Right.
praises and all blessings to Shador. Keep growing, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, honestly, what is he supposed to do? Right? I wouldn't want to go. I mean, people could say, and I get it, you can learn behind Lamar, develop under him, understand, see, how to be a winner, use that. Obviously, Ravens can speak highly of Shador at camp and talent, and then eventually trade him to a team where he could potentially be the starter. He could have took that path, but then at the same time, he's a Dion, he's a Sanders kid, so it's like all he knows is winning.
He
All he
won a
knows is being
battle.
a starter. Right? He won a battle. He want to be able to play now, and he respects Lamar games. Like Lamar's a superstar. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna go get on the field. So I get it. Unfortunately, he's with a terrible franchise, with a terrible head coach, a terrible owner. They still playing Flacco. Flacco time is came and gone and
Done.
done. They need to go ahead and put DG in there, put Dylan Gabriel in there. If he start messing up, 2 games in, he ain't looking all that great. Cool, go ahead and put Shedeur in. Because at this time, you're just evaluating who's going to be your starter for next year. Because the quarterbacks coming in the draft, as we already saw, Arch, Klubnik, a lot of these dudes ain't looking pretty. Maybe Carson Beck, but other than that, you got 2 talented quarterbacks right there. use them. This it makes no sense what the Browns are doing.
1.5.
Well, yeah, but it makes no sense what the Browns are doing, and this is the reason why I think they're gonna once again lose this weekend. They're probably gonna just tank this year at this point. They're a garbage
So
organization.
then why not let him play? Why don't let
Right.
him play? Because he gonna try to win games.
I
If he's
I
not that good, then let him play.
I, I agree. I don't get it. I do not get it at all. But that's not the only controversy that took place, and I'm actually going to read more of the details behind this before we chime in. But the other big controversy in NFL is, of course, the GOAT, the legend himself, Tom Brady. Um, and for those that don't know, Tom Brady became a limited 5% minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders in 2024. At the same time, he signed a ridiculous 10-year contract, what 375 million dollars with Fox as the lead NFL broadcaster. Because of that, policies were put in place where he originally barred from attending team practices or visiting facilities, which makes sense. If you're a minority owner of the Raiders, you should not be granted access to other teams, right? And normally, if you're a broadcaster, you would go to other teams' practices, facilities, talk to the coaching staff. That way, you have great talking points when as a broadcaster. But this, it gets a little weird when you do that because it's like at the end of the day, are you a broadcaster or are you representing your team? And the controversy really started when recently they actually saw Brady. He was actually in
Up in
the
the
coaching
sky back.
booth, right? He was in the scout. He was actually in the coaching booth with a headset on, right, and talking to the coaches or the players and stuff like that. Now, based on the NFL, right? And I'll get into some controversy, but based on the NFL and the policy, the NFL said that Brady technically is allowed to sit in the coaching box as a limited partner, right? And that wearing a headset does not automatically violate a rule. Now, former head coach Antonio Pierce, who I felt was done wrong, brought him in
Yes.
as just you brought him in as a filler. That's not fair to that man. That man was trying to hold those guys accountable. And unfortunately, he never got a real shot. Well, Antonio Pierce, former Raiders head coach, called it unprecedented and said that he believes Brady has access to more information than the typical broadcaster. And I believe he did share that Brady also, shared some information with him last year, right? That typically a broadcaster will have access to. So there is controversy. Some people say, look, um, Brady doesn't broadcast every game, right? He's only going to like one game, So it's not like a lot of the team. So it's not like the Raiders who the Raiders are playing against. Tom Brady has insight on that team because he's only going to certain games, right? To call. So, but at the end of the day, what's your thoughts on this? I'm up in the air with this
Well,
one.
let
Yeah,
me start off with this. They don't need no inside to beat the Raiders. They don't.
facts.
He not or he not
Right,
offering nothing.
nothing to
Geno
help that.
Smith, whatever he was, he's just that. No more, no less. They
Facts.
running back think he should offer more, but he only getting 2 point something yards per carry. You know, added up.
Right, right,
Sometimes
right.
you see splashes, but that's it. Just a splash of water and that's it. Um, Brady's used to getting his way. You know what I mean? You see how the Patriots did it. He's the GOAT, but they did it certain ways. And that's how Brady's operating in the sports box. He's doing it his way.
Right.
Everything he did in the NFL, they got away with. From the tuck rule, from don't hit the quarterback low, all of that. Brady created a bunch of things. So the NFL is following his lead to let him be A1 security pass all over the NFL. So, but I don't think it's gonna help the Raiders at all. And it's bananas that he have this privilege.
Right.
It shows you what the NFL is truly about.
He's the
Not for
GOAT,
everyone,
and not for everyone, and he's the GOAT. They're gonna treat him a certain way. At the end of the day, they don't
and they
also
showing that.
they don't want his name. They it's he's the GOAT. So
It's
it's
this.
another, they're
It's the
trying to
same
protect him.
son. It's the same way they trying to keep Michael Jordan in 2025 when he was finished playing a long time ago. Let other
That's true.
stars be it, but each sport is trying to keep the last decade hero and bringing in. That's why LeBron got so many haters. Is because they trying to keep it. Um, Tom Brady need to let Mahomes have this area with Lamar, with Allen, with all them quarterbacks instead of Tom just
Facts.
diving and stealing headlines. It's a joke. Them old cats need to sit down. You don't hear about Marino and all them other cats. You don't even hear about the old running backs. They talking about the current players, but when it comes to the quarterback, we always mentioning Tom. And when it comes to basketball, we always mentioning Michael Jordan with all the stars in the NBA. It's a shame. It's a
No,
shame. They
it,
got
it
their money. Let somebody else live.
no, absolutely. No, absolutely. Man, oh man. And I would say this too. Just the it is what it is when it comes to Brady and NFL. But one thing we did forget to mention, if I just piggyback to Shedeur, um, for those that did watch the Thursday night game between the Dolphins and the Bills, right? You can clearly see the Dolphins is just falling apart. The coach McDaniels just needs to
Oof.
go. Not holding the team accountable. Tua looks like he's too short, can't see over his linemen, and willing to adapt and restructure his game to be dominant. And they they paid him too much money. Honestly, Shador should be the quarterback in Miami with those wide receivers. Are you kidding me? And but I
You
think,
you're not speaking.
but I would say
Good.
I'll add this. But there has been rumors of, and we don't know if it's true or not, but there's been rumors that the Browns been getting a lot of offers and interest of Shador, but the
And they
GM won't let him go.
sabotaging them.
The GM won't let him go.
Yes, but you won't play them
Right.
because you don't want them to shine nowhere else. And the thing about Miami, I don't think it's the coach. I think it's Tyree. I think it's the quarterback. The quarterback is washed. He might be a talent somewhere else, but for his scheme, the coach's scheme, he cannot run it. Left-handed quarterback, he having problems staying healthy. He can't run. He's not set up to be a pocket passer. He looked that way in Alabama, but once he got to the pros, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Tua got his pot. He got his pocket. Changed his family for years, but he don't need to be the number one quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. He need to be traded. Let him go to the Browns. See what the Browns do with him, and
Yeah.
send Shador to
Send Shador to
Miami
Miami. Yeah.
and make that happen. And they talk about what he's not ready. Why won't you get a proven quarterback that's struggling in Miami and Tua learn how to play in the cold?
Right.
Finally, if he go
Right.
to the
If he was
Browns,
to go down there, right? No, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree. I definitely want to throw that in there because that was something that I thought about. I was like, man, I just hope Shador gets an opportunity. But we're gonna go ahead and flip it to college, and not about college games or scores or anything like that. We'll get into that in a few days as we recap the whole weekend. There's been a lot of issues this year with some of the coaches that's been around for a while, and some coaches that didn't really get a long opportunity. But there's been a lot of coaching carousel conversations about potential fires and coaches getting fired. But we're going to start off with a coach that didn't get fired, but man, there's a lot of steam around this guy, and that's good old boy Dabo Swinney for Clemson.
yes.
Uh, man, look. Um, so just to talk about some details, in particular to Dabo, right? So there has been a lot of chatter, especially given that Clemson's slow start, right, and underwhelming performance that they've had this year. I believe being at 1-2, losing key games. They've recently lost to Georgia Tech, which Georgia Tech is no slouch, but clearly the type of program that Dabo Swinney clearly, said that he was building, they should have dominated, right? You want to look at Clemson similar to you look at Georgia, Alabama, right? As the institution that constantly can get to the playoffs. That has not been the case with Clemson. They have been struggling as an institution, and I think a lot of it has to do with the coach, the atmosphere that he's created. I really think he needs to move on. Of course, Dabo Swinney has had a lot of, he's had national championships, he's had ACC titles. He has been very, very successful and built an incredible legacy at Clemson. You got to give him that. I'm not gonna, not say that he has not had a
Yeah,
successful career, but at the end of the day, I think his time is gone. And if I didn't pull up the clip, and I wish I had it, but he did recently had a press conference where he kind of went off. He's like, hey, things happen, but look how successful I made Clemson, right? Just basically just trying to let everybody know that, I'm still that guy. But hey, if y'all don't want me here, so be it. I'm a coach somewhere else anyway. And I think that's exactly what needs to happen. They need to get rid of Dabo Swinney, brings a different type of energy, a different type of coach, a big time coach. I think a big time coach that may not be working out with another university, and have him come to Clemson, right? But
a
what's
new
your thoughts on the
voice.
matter? A new voice. What's your
A
thought on it?
new voice is needed because the simple fact, once again, I'm gonna sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Womp 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 womp. Nobody want to hear that no more. He
Right.
talking about what he did in the past. It's a future production. It's semi-professional in college, and it's what you done for me lately. Throwing out there what you did in
In the
the
past.
past is over with. The
Right.
past was all under the table money. Now you got to make deals with college kids, semi-professional. So now he don't want to coach that. He don't want to. He's shame of they getting a piece of the pie. So now they can feel his spirit. His spirit is not about winning. His spirit is about pointing what did you do and making excuses to the players. He not getting them ready the way they need to be ready like he used to. His time has ran out. And if you could get up on the podium and speak about what your past was, your future has already been told. You need to be somewhere else with your old speeches. This is a new era, new football era, and if he feel that y'all need to send him somewhere else because he a coach somewhere else because he said he's young enough, send his young ass on. Just send him where he gotta go, and that's the way you handle it. You don't kiss nobody but for nothing.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
think he's better than that, and he's not helping the school win. Time to move on. South Carolina, time to move on from Dabo Swinney.
No, I agree. I couldn't said it better myself. And like I said, Dabo, great career, definitely a legend for the Clemson University. But
Hmm.
I think it's time that maybe you consider the Michigan job. Maybe you consider going somewhere out, another big institution, and just start another legacy there. Bring your coaching staff with you. Um, and now that you're now in the NIL, you was against the NIL, you was against all of this, you was behind the eight ball. But now you can restart, and then Clemson can bring in a new coach with a great pedigree, great background, can actually bring in some recruits and bring the legacy again back to Clemson. So we'll see. But we got more to talk about. Now, Dabo still has his job. Now, right now, as we're recording, they're actually playing. What's the score right now? What's the score? Do we know?
I got it. I got it. I got it. Hold on, stand by, son. I got you. Gotcha.
Well, what it
Same
got?
thing.
Oh,
It's
it got
still
delayed.
delayed.
Is that
Yeah,
weather?
it's
What?
still delayed.
Okay.
24-14 Clemson ball.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and switch it up. But that's an issue if they lose to Syracuse. I mean, come on. But we're gonna switch it up here now. Usually, I think last season when we heard about a lot of the coaching firings that took place last year, a lot of it took place towards like the middle to end, really end of the season. We already have two coach firings in the first 3 weeks of the college football season. One of the firings was actually former NFL star Dashaun Foster, a UCLA coach, was fired after a 0-3 start for the 2025 season, losing to Utah, UNLV, and New Mexico. The score deficit was 108 to 43 over the last 3 games, which is insane.
Whew.
His total record is 5-10 over his tenure, including the 2024 season. The program is clearly underperformed, blowout losses, especially at home versus New Mexico, which I think was the camel that broke the straw. Was fully unacceptable. Defense lapses. UCLA gives up too many yards and runs, and basically they had to let him go. And he wasn't even there that long. And it's unfortunate. He was a great player in the NFL. Obviously wanted to go to UCLA and make a name for himself, but just couldn't change the program around. Brung the quarterback over from Tennessee, the guy with all the controversy, right, with all the money he wanted, and couldn't produce. What's your thoughts on this firing and about this program?
Well, Well, I would have fired him too. This is one of the coaches. I'm happy that a black coach got an opportunity, but if you stink, you stink. We can't keep fighting for a job and
Right,
then you get there and you're hot garbage. This is an institution to win. It's about wins. And that's what I mean, the two differences. Now here you got Dabo Swinney that got a history of winning, but it's in the past. He have a history of losing. It's in the past. He have a history of losing in the future. Dabo Swinney have a history of losing in the future. So what do you do with both of them? Whether he's stay and he's gone, fair is fair. Dabo need to be out just like they put him out. And he shouldn't have never reached for that young man that left Tennessee for money because he got paid and he played like garbage and he ain't gonna get called up. He gonna have to play in Canada or summer league football. That's what he's
right,
coming down to
right,
because he's starting to look like straight garbage. He had an opportunity at Tennessee. His greed, his peoples need to support him better than that. It ain't always about the money right now. It's to get the recognition, get the wins, get the legacy built
right,
so you can be a top pick in the league so you can earn that money and mature. Stop chasing for that quick fix. You ain't a dope fiend. You don't need no quick fix. You need somebody steady, ready, and to win. That's what they need. And I'm sorry.
right.
I hope that coach get a job elsewhere, but he didn't do a good job. He didn't do a good job.
No,
So
not
he
at
got
all.
deservingly fired.
Absolutely, not at
The,
all.
the opportunity, what a Caucasian coach get to what a black coach get, everybody know, ain't no pun intended, everybody know it's not equal. So
Yeah,
that's the truth. Even
yeah,
though the brother was a bum in
yeah.
coaching, not in playing, but in coaching. He didn't
Right.
have it.
Yeah, he couldn't, and then he didn't get the time to turn the program around too. It takes time to turn a program around. It's not like UCLA was like
Yeah,
dominating.
but son, when you don't have the name, your name not Dion. They didn't bring up uh what's his name? Like Michael Vick and all the other people that played football as head coaches of teams. They stand right there in a small school. UCLA is a big school. It's a big school. You know what I mean? Prime can't hide, but that's Coach Prime. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
No,
a
that makes
big
sense.
difference. He on the losing streak, but that's Coach Prime. Your
Yeah.
Hall of Famer throughout, one of the best players ever. There's
And
a
speak
difference.
and speaking of Michael Vick, we're going to talk about his former school, his alma mater, Virginia Tech, because that is next on the list of our coach firings. Once again, 0-3. Virginia Tech fires Brent Pry. And for someone that has attended a Virginia Tech game this season and last season and the year before, because my best friend actually played for Virginia Tech, and he always have season passes. Um, I'm gonna tell you like this. It was rough. I went to the game Virginia Tech playing against Vanderbilt. I went to the game last year when they played Rutgers. They don't have any real star power, no real talent. Not, I mean, the kid is young. I don't want to say anything nasty about the quarterback drone, but man, he's not talented. Not at all. He shows you flashes once in a blue moon. All of a sudden, he'll put up 40 or 30 some points against Miami like last year, right? But overall, indecisive. Don't know where to put the ball. The play calling has been abysmal. The defense is inconsistent. At the end of the day, that falls on this coach. Just to kind of give you the history, right? He got fired after 0-3 start. Now he got was a lopsided 45-26 home loss, right? Versus Old Dominion, ODU. Now ODU is D1, but they're not known for football. They have a football team, but it's ODU. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay, you lost to them. You lost to Vanderbilt. You also lost to Miami. And if you also look at his overall record, he's only 16. He's 16 for 24 over 4 seasons. That's unacceptable. There's no way you could be a coach in the college football program with coaching like that. And for those that know, Virginia Tech, man, is one of the top stadiums to play at. They were featured in this NFL game for this Enter the Sandman, and when I go there, it's 67,000 screaming fans. The atmosphere of Virginia Tech is unlike any other university or even an NFL team I've ever seen. You got all of that, and you can't recruit, you can't dominate, you can't do nothing on the field. It's just pathetic. You look at all the fans; it's like they start leaving like by halftime. So anyway, um, I say all of that to say, well, let me let you get in on this, but I'll add more to the Virginia Tech thing. But this is just insane. He had to go. Period.
Well, well, I say this. What I was speaking about last time, this is what I'm talking about. Now, this coach right here didn't produce. His past didn't produce. They fired him according to his future record. And it ain't looking good. 0-3 ain't doing nothing for nobody.
Nobody.
So, boom, Virginia Tech is not having that, whether he Caucasian or not. That's what you call a smart decision. It don't matter what color you are. You not doing the job, your butt is out. And that's the way it should be done in any sport. Production is the key.
And
W's over L's all the
the
time. If
time.
you can't get that team ready, it's time to bring somebody in new. This is what me and my son was talking about. They might need to have an interim coach for the rest of the season. Let Michael Vick do his thing at his school right now. Build it up and then bring Michael Vick to that school and turn it around. This is called a spiritual movement. A Hall of Fame player at that college could turn things around because they'll feel the spirit again is back to jump up to where they was. They'll never have another Michael Vick, but they can have another player that could do it his way. They need to produce that spirit going forward.
No, absolutely. I agree. And I say this all the time at the tailgate. I was like, The reason why, and a lot of the fans of Virginia Tech, a lot of the alma mater will say the same things. Like they need star power. You had, I mean, you know how many stars went to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was known for producing the best cornerbacks in the league. Period. You got so many stars. Imagine having Mike Vick and Bruce Smith and a whole bunch of other legends and people come on that sideline and actually start to get some real talent. You know all the talent that the state of Virginia produced, but a lot of those players are going to Clemson or Georgia or Michigan. They're going out of state. They're not staying home right there in Virginia Tech. You need to turn things around. And shout out to Virginia Tech. I think they're starting to hear from a lot of the fans. They're like, yo, we're not going to keep paying for these season tickets. We're not going to keep showing up to all these games and y'all keep losing. Well, financially, Virginia Tech is considering raising the athletic department's spending $52 to $52 million to keep pace with the ACC. You got to raise the money.
They
It's
have it.
facts.
They
Have
have
it. You got to spend it. It's ridiculous. You got to spend it. And one thing I'm going to say is Virginia Tech, you can't be a technology school and not have better cell phone coverage in that area. Please work on getting some 5G ultra wideband out there. Yeah, I need to fix that. Like, come on now. But anyway,
In the boondocks.
come on, man. You're a technology school. Come on, pay some money. Y'all being too cheap out there. Work with a carrier and go ahead and get something installed ASAP. But anyway, I would love to see Michael Vick. Michael Vick has to finish things at Norfolk State. Obviously, Norfolk State is loving that he's there.
Let Verizon be your carrier.
But the biggest thing is, hopefully, like I said, he builds this team, does something with Norfolk State. I would hate for him to just like, you know how somebody just eat and leave? I would hate him to just show up. Hey, I'm y'all coach. Oh, damn, Virginia Tech is calling. Let me go where the money's really at.
No,
You
no,
know,
because if he leave, it's honorable. Just like Prime did Jackson. Go ahead and make some noise there. Move up, but get your true replacement. That's what Prime did. A coach that's already at Norfolk State and turn him into the head coach that they respect. And is not it can't be just for my name. It's got to be more to it than that. You understand? Long as I get the program out of the losing column and move on to positive things for me personally, I can leave them with the assistant coach that become the head coach and run the program. And they got something to stand on. They
right.
have dreams. I still got dreams. It's not selfish to move on. You know what I mean? Because the kids move on every 4 years. So
Yeah,
why
that
the
is.
coach can't move on?
Can't move on, right? No, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you. No, I definitely agree. So, hopefully, we'll see what comes from that. Cause man, these schools ain't playing. They want success, right? If you
Right
not
away, I
right
tell you.
away, if you ain't bringing it, it's over and done with. But we did.
It's it's no longer the microwave way. It's the air fry
It's
way.
the air fryer. Facts. Facts. So we'll leave it with that. One thing I would say, there's a lot of football to watch. I hope you guys are tuning in for the rest of today for college football. Also tune in. There's a lot of NFL tomorrow, and of course the big game. Shout out to the Ravens Monday night against the Lions. And of course, we'll hopefully be bringing you guys the next episode, probably that Tuesday night, just to kind of give some details about what transpired over the weekend. But man, we appreciate the love and support from y'all. Please like, subscribe, provide commentary on everything we talked about. There's a lot of controversy in
Yes.
college and in the NFL, so please provide. We appreciate y'all who always
And
provide
subscribe,
comments.
please.
Please subscribe as always. You have anything
And,
else?
and yes, I have this to say. Men and women, please go to the doctor and check your health and stay blessed. Stay blessed, stay safe in this volatile world, and try to keep the peace wherever you go. God bless.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless. As always, appreciate the love and support. Y'all take care now. Peace.